consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
Heart of a lion, my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, moving. We making movies, moving, moving, moving. I get a chance to take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder, harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, who we? One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, who we? One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot. You only get one shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. First off, let me talk my. Got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my. It's a bad soundtrack. Read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it. That's why I wanted to get it. That embedded, you get it? Treat it like the law. And I'ma need commission for this hit. Lance laid the canvas and I painted over it. I don't need a vision board to show you I'm the. I'm betting on myself. Count the chips. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest.
From a venue that's been sold out since it opened back in 2002, there's a look at the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. They run again with Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing Jones. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. He'll return it from the 6. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
They go play action now. Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
Finding room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there. Heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where a play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play, grab that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rush is just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Jackson's throw is on target to Duvernay. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Devin Duvernay came into the NFL with the reputation of being a playmaker, and he lived up to it in 2021. All-pro return man, led the league in punt return average. Baltimore wants to get that explosiveness more involved in their offense, and here it nets him a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Jackson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. Stopped in his tracks and given a loss on that play by Patrick Queen.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now Jones. He's got his man, Thornton. And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Patriots post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point up and good by Folk. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that Plague did on the last one.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. The deep to return it is Marcus Jones. This is taken at the 23. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Patriots take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
Now a give, running left is Harris. To about the 26 here. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you. Keep it to short gains. And
this is going to be intercepted. Jones picked by a familiar face, his Bama teammate Jalen Armour Davis. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on the job.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Jones. And that'll be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Folk's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A.J. Boye with a pick.
And the Pats are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break.
And that's caught inside the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out.
Folk's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
This one taken just inside the 10.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
Our 2 teams making their final preparations for the 2nd half. And as they do, we send it back out to Foxborough, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson.
That'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson.
He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Jackson. He's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play. Now it's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. To throw is Jackson. Being chased out left. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Devin Duvernay.
His first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens are back within a score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 13-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here. Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
Now, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
A quick throw caught out wide by Bourne.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here, so for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set at the line for this next drive.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing is Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught at the 20. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. For Mac Jones, accuracy was more his calling card when folks were taking stock of the 2021 draft. But he's got a big arm as well, and he shows it off there.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
And he is going to lose yardage here. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
He's got exactly what you're looking for. The ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Jones now on 3rd down, rolling to his right, looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. The Folks kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. Room here to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. They'll go again with Dobbins. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson is going to float this one deep right side. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Patriots are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Jones to throw from his end zone. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
to throw from his end zone. Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Here's Jones throwing on first down. And he's got his target, Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Two first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
Now Jones.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
57 yards on the ground for him so far.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now here's another carry for Harris. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On the give, this is Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They hand this off to Harris. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Harris. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They'll run with Harris. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line. Yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for the Pats, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.
What I never do. How you supposed to walk with me